In this video, we're going to go over new Google Sites, and we're going to talk about the basic building blocks for making your site. The first thing that we're going to want to do is to go to sites.google.com, and that's going to bring us to the Google Site platform. These are all some of my old Google Sites. What we want to do is click on New Google Sites. And here are some of my new ones, but we want to go down and create a new site. Okay, once we get in here, this is our template for our new site. So let's give this site a title. I'm going to just call it Site to be Deleted. And then when we go down into this box, you could give it another title. Usually this is just home page or landing page. We have options with the top header here. We could change an image. We can upload an image, select an image. So if you want an image to be behind, let's go to select an image. You could do the canned images here. You could put in an image by URL or search. You could also find it in your Google Drive. I'm just going to select one. And what that's going to do is it's going to change the background, and it's going to adjust automatically for readability, so your letters here don't go unnoticed. So we are done with our top page. I would suggest that if you're going to make more than one page, which I'll show you how to do later, that you make it so you like the background for each one, and you make one template slide, and then you make a whole bunch of copies. Alright, so down here is our workable space, and it will continue to go down as we add things. Here are a couple of different things you could add: text boxes. You can embed other sites and pictures and stuff into your site. You could pull things from your Google Drive, and you could also pull in images, whether it's from Google Images, your Google Drive, or Google Search. One of the cool things about new Google Sites that was just released this year is the template feature. So let's say that we want to add a 4-picture frame here, or 4 framed whatever you're going to put in there, whether it's pictures, videos. You could just hit that button, and as you want to upload some stuff, we could upload a YouTube video. I'll just do Google Sites here. We want to add a video on Google Sites. After we watch it, we like this one, we'll pop that one in there. We'll give it a title, video 1. We'll go in here again, go into YouTube. Let's say this one we want Google Docs, a video on Google Docs. We'll select it, put it in there. Video 2. We'll select an image this time. We'll go to search, Google Drive. So say we want that image, we'll put that in there. Image 1. And you can kind of get the point here. We could upload something from our Google Drive, but let's just say we want to put a calendar in there. It will pull up your calendars. I'm not going to bother to do that. So that is one way you could get an easy template. Now notice over here we have some options. We can change the color. So if we want to put it on blue or on gray, we could do that. If you want to delete it, say you want another row of 4 here. We could duplicate the section. Obviously, if you're going to do that, I would do that before you add stuff to it. Alright, so these are our basic add-ins right here. Pictures, videos, things like that. If you come down, we have some other things that we could add in. Map, calendar. We could add a doc, a slide. YouTube videos down here. Divider. Let's go back up to the top. We're going to add a text box. And here's a little drag button. So let's say that I want to put this up top here. On top of this video, you could add it there. But what I want to do is I want to put it on top right there. Give a little intro. Here are some resources for this project. Alright, from there we can highlight the text, we could bold it, italicize it, we can move it to the middle, and there's also some different sizes we could select. Right now it's just small. We could go subheading, heading, or title. So they keep getting bigger, and I'll put this with a blue background. So this is just one page and how you could edit. You can go down and look at some of the other things that you could add in there and play around with that. Let's go to pages. So we just have this one page. And you know what? I like this page. So what I want to do is I want to duplicate this page. That way my images up here are going to match within each page. So I hit duplicate. And let's just say our next one is Google Docs. It's a page about Google Docs. We're going to hit duplicate. It's going to take a couple seconds. There it is. Now we can go up here, type in Google Docs here. We could come down. I would just start a new one here, go back to insert, and then we can come in and pick maybe a new setup that we want here. Here's another template for us where we could add videos and pictures, so on and so forth. Now, a cool thing about the pages section of Google Sites is the fact that it gives you the ability to work ahead but control what people see. What I mean by that is if you click on this 3 dots to the right of your page, you can hide from navigation, which means you as an editor, you could see this, but no one else can. Okay, so if you want to work on Unit 3, but you don't want your students to see anything that you're working on, you could just hide it until it's ready to be shown, and then you would just come back in here and hit show in navigation. Alright, so that's pretty cool. We could keep adding more and more pages just from here. And then the last thing I kind of want to go over are themes. And what I'm going to do is go back to the home page because we have a lot of stuff here compared to the other pages, and then we'll hit themes. When you hit themes, it allows you to select different colors within the theme that you chose. So if I want it to be purple or green, we could do that. We could go to a different theme altogether, change those colors. Diplomat is another one. Alright, little filters over top of the picture image. Vision, you can select whatever you want. I like to keep it simple, and I like my blues, so I'll just keep it there. Alright, so before we get into how to share, how to publish, and all that, I just want to point out the menu bar up here. You can add a logo if you want, but if you hover over the menu bar and you come up here to navigation settings, we can make it a side navigation, which means when you publish, it's going to pop up on the side like this. Now, when you're in editing mode, it's hidden until you bring it back up. But when you actually publish it, it's going to be off to the left, and it's not going to cover any of this stuff, but it's going to be off to the left. And if you have a lot of pages, I really like the way that that is set up, because sometimes when you have more than 4 or 5 pages up here, it will show 4, and then we'll have a pull down menu over here. But if you only have a couple pages, I prefer the top navigation, but more than 4 or 5 pages, I like the sidebar navigation. All right, let's talk a little bit about collaboration and publishing. So up here you have some buttons that you can also use while making your site. You got your undo, your redo. Here's a preview. So anytime we want to preview our site to see what the students will see, we can do that. Then we just exit out of the preview. We're back into the editing pane. Here we could add, or we could copy the link. Right now the site is unpublished, so it's not allowing us to do that. Here's the publish button. We could go ahead and do that, and I'm going to delete this anyway, so I really don't care what the web address is. But if you want to keep it simple, that way your students, if you have it as, I don't know, Google Sites project, you could type in Google Sites, and that's going to edit anything after the slash. So you want to keep that relatively simple. We'll go ahead and publish the site real quick. There's not much to it, so it should be relatively simple. And now we can go up here and hit the copy publish site link. And this is how we would share this site with our students. We could just copy and paste this link to an email, a Google Doc, whatever you want to do. Here, if we want to share this site with others and allow them to have editing rights or anything like that, we could do it. If we want to change who can view it, so if we want everybody on the web to find it, we can do that. Or we could just say only specific people can find it. All right, so that's another option. There's 3 dots right here. If you look at it, you have site analytics. I never really use those. We could duplicate the site. So if we have 3 periods, and this is something where they're going to each be working on a project and adding to the site, I would make a template site and then duplicate it. You could take the tour, all that good stuff. Next to publish, now that we have published it, we have more options. We can unpublish it. We could view the published site, and we could go into publish settings, which is really just editing your web address if you wanted to change that. All right, so this was a very quick tutorial of Google Sites to show you a little bit of how to use it. Hopefully you're able to use this resource as you make your own site.